52 hours or 52 plus hours of gameplay, and I achieved absolutely nothing. Assassin's Creed Valhalla, ladies and gentlemen. So very quickly, I am just going to let you know ahead of time that I only played just over 52 hours of this game, and as such I can only review based off of what I've played. So that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a very quick review based off of the 52 plus hours of this game that I played. Let's go. So Assassin's Creed Valhalla, like all the other games in this series, is fictional, and this story is based on the Viking invasion of Britain, and it follows a character called Eivor who you can play as a male or a female. I chose to play as a guy because in Odyssey, which is the last game, I played as a female, so I thought switch things up a bit, which I did. Anywho, it follows the story of Eivor as he gets embroiled, entangled, involved in a conflict between the Brotherhood of Assassins and the Templar Order. And that is pretty much what this game is all about. So don't get me wrong, there is of course more to the story than that, but that is just the basic premise of this story. Okay, so this game, like its predecessor, and I'm pretty sure most of the ones before, is an open world game. And this game is huge. It's massive. It's enormous.
Too damn big!
So something that these games seem to have in common is this running theme that all of them are extremely big. And it seems like with each game that Ubisoft releases in this series, it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And I think that this one is the biggest one yet. And while I am not opposed to open world games, I'm not opposed to a big game, what I have a problem with is playing a game that becomes monotonous because you've given us a massive world with so much in it, and there's so much to do, but a lot of the things that you're doing are the same thing over and over and over again. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what I want to talk about right now. So in this game, in order to progress, you have to increase your power level, and your power level allows you to progress through the game. The stronger you are, the more enemies you can defeat who are on the same level as you, and the more camps you can raid, and the more stuff that you can do, because of course you're stronger, which then allows you to go further and fight people that are at the same level as you, or maybe a bit less. So anyways, in order to increase your power level, you have to gain skill points. In order to gain skill points, you have to increase your XP. And there is a little diamond bar that has to fill up. And when that is filled up, then you get 2 points, which then allow you to increase your power level. So that is pretty much how you progress and how you grow stronger in this game. But while it sounds pretty straightforward, XP, skill points, power up, it is not quite as straightforward as all of that, because they have made it extremely difficult for you to fill up the XP. And the only way that you can fill it up quickly is by doing main missions, which I think then fills it up fairly quickly, or finding these mysteries, which take forever because you have to travel through this massive world. So it's not something that you can do in a short amount of time. So it takes a lot of time in order to build your XP. And that is where I started to get frustrated, because I found myself having to do so much work for so little reward. And I'm thinking my power level is not getting that much higher, because you only get 2 skill points for every time you fill up the XP diamond thing. you only get 2 skill points, which I thought, you know, this is ridiculous because it takes forever for you to level up. And then you're finding that you're encountering these enemies that you cannot fight because they are too strong. And it's taking you forever to get to their level. So there's so much for you to do, but you can't do anything because you're not strong enough. And you can't get strong because it takes forever. And by the time you get to a point where you want to increase your power, you're bored because you've been doing, and nothing is happening. You're just not getting that much for all the work that you're doing. So it's just really frustrating because it just feels like they made this world extremely massive and give you little reward. And I'll tell you why I believe that they have done this. Ubisoft offers you the option to buy XP, and you buy it with real money. So this is not the money that you gain from playing, all the gold that you get from this game. No, you have to pay them real money to gain XP, and the more money you pay, the more XP you get, and the more XP you get, the more you can power up. And I genuinely believe that they have made this so frustrating for you that you end up thinking, oh, well, I'm really invested in this game now, and I really want to know where it goes, but I just don't have the time to devote hours and hours and hours to a game and get little reward. So I'm just going to pay £10 here, £15 there, £20 here, and increase my XP so I can progress through the story quicker and find out how it all turns out. And that is the scam that a lot of people buy into. I don't, but a lot of people do, and I think it's ridiculous. A very important part of this game is raiding these towns in order to get stuff to increase the power of your settlement, to build up your settlement. And in order to raid a lot of these towns, you need to have your power level at a certain level. And I can tell you that through my 52 plus hours of playing this game, I never got to a power level that allowed me to raid a lot of the towns and the villages that were going to help me grow my settlement. So I'm thinking, I've been playing this for 52 hours. What have I gained? And that is the problem. You can't do much, even though there is so much to do. So you end up backtracking, or you end up doing all of the boring, samey things, and you can't do all of the exciting things. Like there are these witches that you have to fight, and when you fight them, then you get some sword or something. But they are so damn strong that you have to power up, level up, and it's taking forever. So you're getting bored because you're like, okay, how long am I going to keep doing this? Like, when am I going to be able to fight this person? When am I going to be able to defeat that enemy? And it just becomes very frustrating. And for me, that is why I gave up, because I thought, I'm just doing so much and I'm not gaining anything. And I've put so many hours into this game and I don't feel like I've achieved anything. I mean, I've heard that this game is like 200 plus hours long. Like, I don't have that kind of time to dedicate to a game, especially when it is not fulfilling me anymore. I was getting no enjoyment from it. So for me, that was one of the major issues that I had with this game. And that is why I gave up, because it's just too big and just too hard to progress. So yeah, it's just a no for me. I also want to say that visually, I don't think that this game is anything special. For a game that came out at the end of 2020, I felt like it should have been more, but it's just your typical run-of-the-mill Ubisoft visuals. It feels like they didn't put that much effort into it. It's just, yeah, it'll do, but we're not really gonna make it that great. Now, to be fair, I didn't play this on a new gen console. I played it on a PS4, so maybe it looks better on the other consoles, but I feel like if you're releasing a game on the older generation of consoles, then try and make it look at least fantastic. It didn't. So while it wasn't terrible, it just wasn't great. There's nothing impressive about the visuals for me. So yeah, just all around not for me. Okay, so I did say that this was going to be a short review. I apologize if it has gone on longer than I hoped it would. I really want to know though, like, did you finish this game? And if you did, why? What was the motivation? Why did you carry on? I'd be really curious. With that said, thank you guys so much for taking the time to listen to me rant, rave, and just talk a lot of rubbish. Thank you so much for your time. Please like, please comment, please share, and most importantly, please subscribe, and please, please, please come back and watch more videos. Thank you so much, and I will chat to you guys soon. Bye.